from the timeout. It's a 6-point St. Mary's deficit against Eastern Washington, 57-51. Well, with the NBA preseason live and underway, of course, Gales fans were certainly interested in how the likes of Jordan Ford and Malik Fitz would do with the Los Angeles Clippers. They both had signed as undrafted free agents, and unfortunately, we got the news today that they were cut off the roster. As Fotu's at the line, he misses on the first. It was Jordan Ford who saw some more significant minutes, though all in the second half of the lone preseason game against the Lakers. Got a couple of those classic pretty floaters that he made famous for years here in Moraga, as the Gales will keep possession off the second missed free throw. Stripped out to Johnson. But he's gone. Malik Fitz also saw some time. He was waived as well, in addition with Kai Bowman for the Clippers. Johnson all the way in. Pretty moves. He recovers his own basketball and then goes up and can't get the friendly bounce, but he'll go to the free throw line. A lot of traffic down there. The Eagles trying to play physical, and a whistle goes against them, and that'll send Logan Johnson to the free throw line. Not necessarily the end of the road for either Ford and Fitz. They had reportedly signed Exhibit 10 contracts, which means that they'll earn an additional $50,000 in addition to their training camp deals if they land with the G League team for the Clippers. That's the Agua Caliente Clippers. So certainly not the end for either of those two Gale legends the last couple of years. Johnson is good on the second, missed the first though, so it's a 5-point game, 57-52. That free throw representing the first point of the night for Logan Johnson after a stellar game Friday against the Spartans. This is a bit of an unfortunate thing to see there as Dan Fotu's got the loose ball on the steal. Gales thought about moving fast, but the Eagles responded well defensively. Kuzi turns around, up with the right hand and good. And Tommy Kuzi's got 21 points tonight, and now it's a 3-point game. And Shante Leggins is hot. He calls a timeout. The Gales are making it interesting here in the second. 57-54, 11:01 to go. And we'll step aside and be back to Gales basketball on the WCC Network. 57-54, 11:01 to go here in regulation. A good contest between Eastern Washington and St. Mary's. Gales are putting some pressure on here in this one. Down by as many as 9. They've trimmed it to within 3. And what's been so fascinating about this game is the lack of true runs we've had. Neither team has had larger than a 5-0 run tonight. Both teams have had one 5-0 run. That's it. Everything for the most part back and forth, kind of chipping away at a deficit or on expanding the lead. And the younger Groves, Jacob Groves, comes out of the timeout with a good look and a bucket. And Shante Leggins needed something like that from his squad. He was not happy with how they'd been playing as the Gales have crept back into this thing. Dan Fotu in the corner for Lemmet Bachler. We'll be seeing a lot of him with Alex Dukas in foul trouble, and Bachler gave a little forearm to Davison. And that's an offensive foul on Lemmet, and that's his second of the game. So possession goes right back to Eastern Washington. They'll be in conference play following tonight's game. Big Sky Conference, reigning champions in the regular season. And they open up with a back-to-back against Northern Arizona University as Rouse goes all the way through. And he can't finish. He was a little too strong, and Kuzi has the rebound. Here comes Johnson all the way through. He's fouled in the process. And Johnson, I think more so than anything, just frustrated that he didn't get the and one opportunity. The Gales have had a couple of those tonight where they've just missed on those layups and three-point plays evading them. But Johnson will go to the line with 2. That's the 18th and the 19th for Eastern Washington when they're in Big Sky Conference play. Their first home games in the Big Sky will be against Portland State on New Year's Eve and the second day of the new year. The Gales with a few more non-conference, 3 to go before they get into West Coast Conference play. Scheduled for January 2nd against Pepperdine. That'll be right here inside UCU Pavilion. As As Logan Johnson hits both, and it's a three-point game once more. Kassan Rouse to Robertson, who's been hot. They have Bachler guarding him. Now it's Rouse, they switch off. Bachler on Rouse. Robertson down low for Tanner Groves. And he got right through Matthias Toss. He was out of position at first. He tried to recover, and Groves was just patient. He waited, he got right up there, and then found his lane. That's a 5-point game. There goes Kuzi, muscles his way up, and somehow floats it in. That's a sign of a man who can do no wrong tonight. 23 points for Tommy Kuzi in a 3-point game. Rouse rolls out, Kuzi rebound. Up the floor quickly to Johnson. And around they play it to Bachler. Kuzi one off a career best that he set just a week ago against UTEP. Toss. Swarmed. Out to Bachler. It's tipped and stolen away by Robertson. And then an errant chuck down the floor by Tyler Robertson. That one soared high like the Eagles have been tonight. As Saxon will check onto the floor for St. Mary's, he'll replace Toss, who needs a breather. Rouse comes off, and Jack Perry comes on for Eastern Washington. Gales with a chance down 3 to make it as close as it's been here in the entire second half. Bachler, Kuzi. Back to Bachler. Now Kyle Bowen, who's been quiet here in the second half. Saxon all the way out to Johnson in the corner. Lemmet Bachler for 3. Misses strong, and a rebound defensively by Groves. Every time the Gales have a chance, they just can't pull any closer. It's like it's right there, and they're just a shade off on some of these shots. The looks are there, though. They're getting some good looks tonight off of Eastern Washington. Just not hitting as many as we've seen in the last week or so. Groves, a little turnaround right in front of Saxon. Back to a 5-point game, 63-58, just north of 8 to play. Gales looking for win number 7 in a row on the year. And the Eagles looking for win number 2 in a row as Kuzi is fouled, but he's got the bucket. He's also got a new career best. Tommy Kuzi is up to 25 points, and he's going to the line with his 3rd 3-point play opportunity tonight. An impressive showing by Tommy Kuzi, who just continues to defy whatever lofty expectations there may have been for him this season. He has been a treat to watch. He's good on the 3-point play, and it's a 2-point game on a night that has featured Kuzi going 26 points, 5 rebounds, and 6 assists. An errant pass again by Robertson. That one over the head of Groves, and that'll send us to a timeout. The Gales are threatening thanks to one Tommy Kuzi. It's a 2-point game. We'll step aside and be back to the action on the WCC Network.